Welcome to Math 099 Intermediate Algebra. Let's go ahead and take a look at the syllabus together. The best time to stop by and see me is between 11 and 11:30 Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You're welcome to make an appointment at other times as well. This class does take a lot of hours each week, maybe not 15, maybe more like 12. Math is like learning a sport or learning a language. You have to put in many hours, submerge yourself to learn the language and to develop the skills. Just like you wouldn't watch a basketball game and think you knew how to play basketball, you'd have to get out there and play the basketball. That's how it is with math. So please plan to spend plenty of time on this class. The schedule is listed here, and you'll also see your homework on Hawks Learning. We'll look at that in a few minutes. From this schedule, though, you should pick out these exam dates that are in bold. So Friday, September 20th, Friday, October 11th, and then your final exam, Tuesday, October 22nd. Please put those dates on your calendar. Those are paper and pencil exams. The final exam is cumulative. If you can't come to campus to take your exams, you can get a proctor, and we'll see how to do that a little later on in the syllabus. The exams are only 1 hour and 20 in length, and you can read the details about that here. If you can come to campus, the times that I am available to proctor are 6:30 in the morning or 4:30 in the evening. So hopefully one of those times works for you. Quizzes will be on Hawks Learning, and as you take the quizzes, you'll have 2 chances, and the Hawks will automatically keep your highest quiz grade, and that each quiz will allow you an hour to work. Those quizzes can't be handed in late, so you'll see later on that your homework can be, but your quizzes can't be. So if you're stuck with too much to do in one night, do the quiz, leave the homework later. Your homework you can get a little bit of points off and hand it in late. If you are not able to take your exams on campus, then here's directions about finding a proctor. A proctor should not be a friend. They should be someone who's in a relationship with you that's more of a supervisor position. So maybe your employer, maybe a clergy, not a relative. When you come to campus to take your exam, you'll probably want a calculator, but you won't be able to use a graphing calculator. Most of your grade does come from your exams. Mathematics are a skill-based class, and so you're showing that you know how to do those skills excuse me, without anyone helping you. Your homework is all handed in on Hawks Learning. We'll go ahead and take a look at that. The Hawks technical support is very helpful. So here's their phone number. If you are experiencing problems with Hawks, please go directly to them. They're very helpful. They're there with long extended hours. You're welcome to stop by my office for help. You can also find free tutoring at uwgb.edu/tutoring. You would make an appointment there to come into campus. I have the help desk number here. When you're an online student, sometimes your computer just doesn't do what it needs to, so you feel free to call the help desk. They're very helpful as well. Let's go back to the Canvas page and see what else there is. So you'll have the Hawks Learning single sign-in on your Canvas page. You won't have the sync tool. That's something that I need to use. Also, when you first start with Hawks, you won't have this book show up. This is actually my book for Math 101. So what you'll do is pick Add Course. And then please choose the temporary access. You don't need to purchase the access right away. That way you can make sure you're in the class where you should be and don't feel like you got placed above or below where you would do best. So use the temporary access for a week until you're sure you're where you belong. Now this screen you probably want to take a picture of after we get it filled in. So your school, of course, is University of Wisconsin Green Bay. Your product is this one, Introductory and Intermediate Algebra. You can have access to this textbook after you purchase this from Hawks. You can have access to it for the rest of your life. Your instructor is me, Terry Adsit, and your section is Math 099, 7 Week 1, Section 800 online. So take a picture of this screen so you can make sure you get in the correct class. And then choose Enroll. So now you should see that class. It should look like this. This is the textbook that you use as an ebook. Let's go ahead and view the course. If you ever want to print out some of your ebook, you would click here and you can go ahead to choose your textbook. Evidently you need Flash, so I'm not going to be loading that. And it looks like you could purchase, I'm not sure what purchasing the ebook does here. You'll need the access code for sure. You do not have to purchase the ebook to use the ebook. Let's go back to the actual class. So you have lessons to hand in here. Your first material due will be your Chapter 2 review. I made most of the homework due in blocks. Of course, don't try and do all of the assignments due on one day. On that day, try and work earlier and ahead of time. So for example, look here on the 16th, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things due. Please be working on that much earlier. One a day or two a day is much better than trying to cram them all in at once. I made them due in blocks so that it's easier for some students who only have blocks of time to work on their homework. So I would do the chapter review first for Chapter 2. You have 3 areas of work in Hawks Learning. You have the Learn area, Practice, and Certify. Now if you want to try certifying right away, that's what you get graded on, and you could try that. So if I choose Certify, I just have questions to fill out right away, and maybe I remember how to do it, and maybe I'll get credit. If you get 80% of your Certify work correct, you get 100%. So that's pretty nice. You can get a few wrong and still certify with 100%. However, if you don't get 80%, you don't get any percent at all. You get 0. And in fact, the first time you try to certify, if you don't get 80%, then you'll be required to practice. Now, you might want to go right to practice, or you might want to go to learn. So learning, of course, would take you through lessons and show you step by step how to do different problems. Many of these have a video here, as well as a video here that an instructor from one of the UW campuses has recorded for this material. So lots of learning you can do here, lots of help, lots of practice problems. And it depends on you, what kind of style of learner you are. Practice is what you have to do if you do not pass Certify. So you'll need to spend time in practice if you fail your certifying. And then after you practice for a certain amount of time and Hawks Learning feels like you've got it pretty well, then you can go try certifying again. So it's not like if you failed to certify the first time, you're done. You can keep working until you certify. What else do we have on the Canvas page? How to study for a math class. If you weren't sure how best to study, if you haven't done well in the past, you might want to check out these ideas. I thought this Journaling to Increase Exam Scores was a very interesting article. So you might find that a few minutes of writing before you take your exams helps your score go up. Here's where you would fill out the proctor form if you are not able to take exams on campus with me, or even if it's just one exam for some reason you can't make. So go ahead and print that and take it to your proctor, fill in most of it, and just have them sign the form, or maybe if you don't know their email address, they can fill that part in. I need that back at least a week before your first exam. So first exam September 20th, I need that by, what would that be? By the 13th. And it needs to be approved by the 13th. I have 180 students. I can't do all of the paperwork the last minute. If you email me questions, which you're welcome to do, I will post little videos or answers on PDF files here at the bottom of the Canvas page. So evidently there were a lot of questions in 6.7, and if you come to that chapter and have questions, this might be a good reference area for you. Once you've taken your exams and I've returned them to you, then I will post the keys here. If you want your exam if you want exam 1 to be returned to you before you come to campus and get it, then you should bring a self-addressed stamped envelope. If you live too far away from campus to pick it up, I will email it back to you. If you have any questions, then feel free to email me. Perhaps they're answered in the syllabus. We went through that fairly quickly. I'm looking forward to a great semester. I think this will work really well for you. It did for the summer students.